Start me.
Start again?
Yeah, it froze up. Go ahead.
Okay, Dolce & Dolce 23, Beltress, Beer Butter Blonde, and things I advise when you're wearing a wig this long is to carry your comb with you and also a clip. I like to clip it out of the way. I let it swing when it's appropriate, clip it out of the way for, work type situations. But anyway, I was talking about the fiber of Beltress. It is one of a kind. There is no shine to it. It is heat okay. I hear a lot sometimes about heat-friendly synthetics tangling more. I can't say I've ever found that to be true. Just keep your comb with you. Keep, monitoring that or whatever. But anyway, one of my favorite wigs. Highly recommend. I have 2 human hair in my own collection of this length. This wig is every bit as nice. So let's get started. So if you book an appointment here, once you come through the door, you can see we're Better Business Bureau accredited and have been for 3 years. But anyway, what I want you to pay attention to is that we are in a private setting. I set it up that way intentionally. I knew I wanted to have a wig shop, but along the way with my own shopping experience, I kind of didn't like how in public it was. You're going to, it's one of your vulnerabilities. So I tried to, from the beginning, set it up so that it's a relaxed atmosphere and you can forget all about everything except the exciting possibilities, and we are in private. And that means your one-on-one consultation. It's just dedicated to you. Friends, your opinion giver. We have a spectator seat. I will show you that. That's always welcome as long as it's not a large group. For more reason than one, but we are kind of limited in space, and we go through trying on quite a lot of wigs in an hour, and I'll explain that to you as we go along. So in here, I know I've had a discovery call or whatever on the phone, but I usually ask to review, what type of hair loss do you have? What have you tried? What are your goals? Just some basics like what side do you part your hair on? Do you like bangs? Stuff from there, because once I get what we're trying to get to, then it helps me through the process of elimination, if that makes sense. I also like it when people bring pictures. Not that you can exactly replicate that, but it tells me a little bit more about the vibe you want. And just by talking to you for a couple minutes, I can kind of get an idea. A lot of times what people come here and say they want or think they want, during the process, it turns out that it's actually not that, and there's something better that they'll like. And that's one of the magics of coming to a place that knows what they're carrying and that can help you through it. For example, one thing that comes to mind is people will come through the door saying, I want real hair. I want, which we do have, but they'll say, I want real hair and I want something that I can style and change. And actually, that's possible other than with real hair. That just made me think that might be another episode for a podcast about what you say you want versus what actually comes out. But that makes me remember to mention we do have a podcast. I think it's the first of its kind, or definitely among the first, about alternative hair. It's called The Alternative Hair Alchemist, and you can find it most places where podcasts are. I had some help getting it there, or it wouldn't be a thing, because obviously I'm not tech proficient as good as I am with wigs. But anyway, the podcast is up there, and it will be on IMDb site as well, which is important to me because I have a lot of actor friends, so I can say I'm on IMDb too. So anyway, hairstyles don't always translate into wigs. So by finding out my basic questions and some things and taking a look at you, then from there we have a starting point. And whenever anybody comes in here, they might be all down and stuff like that, but then when they look, we call it the Wizard of Oz effect, because every one of these wigs has potential, especially if you are open-minded about what you want in a wig. We have total fun, and it's nothing less than magic sometimes. People, I love it when they walk out the door and they're like, oh, I never would have expected this. To me, that's like a win. Whole bunch of different vendors, and that is my choice because there are so many good ones out there, and just the progress from when I first opened this shop till now, as far as technology and things being available and looking lifelike, it's just amazing. So when I find something that I get excited about, then I'll have it in here. So all of these are like handpicked and checked by me. A lot of places will stock, like, let's say 12 of one style in 12 different colors. I don't do that here. I have a true like boutique selection. Not every wig looks good in every color, nor is it made in every color. So, you know, I kind of handpick something for everybody. I'm always watching what comes out, which reminds me, for bangs lovers, next week Beltress has 2 that we hope to get into the shop. I posted pictures of each of those in the Wise Wig Advice group, which is associated with our shop, which if you follow our shop on Facebook, you might want to join the Wise Wig group as well, because I share some things there. Like when I get something in an email, I'm like, ooh, this is exciting. I will share it there, because we do have help on our Very Best Little Hair House page as far as social media. So sometimes you're going to get more interaction if you join the group as well. And also we have a YouTube channel. So from here, let's start up. Here in the corner, I have a pug rescue calendar. Pugs are very important to me. And we also have a pug wall of vintage pug pictures. And if you look around the decor, I'm kind of like very eclectic. I like kind of a vintage vibe, but then I have some cool stuff, and everything that is placed in here is placed for a reason. And I'm going to point out some of the things as we go along. But back to the pugs. One of the reasons I opened this shop is because I had a pug, Buffy, and if you could have a soulmate as a dog, I loved this girl. She was terrific, and she was a rescue. You could say I rescued her or she rescued me type of thing. But as she got older, she became diabetic and went blind. So I used to not like leaving her for the 12-hour shifts as a nurse. So that was a huge motivation in me getting this open, was that I could have a place to bring a pug. And, you know, that's over now. I do have 2 pugs that visit occasionally. If you want to see them when you have an appointment, let me know, because one of them's a little hyper, so we don't bring them all the time. And, you know, it's got to depend on the person. If there is a product here that I carry it, you better believe I use it. I am a minimalist, if you followed my videos, as far as wig care. Using less is better. That's my school of thought. So, and we also give you a care kit when you leave. And that was my design as well. When you get a good wig, I remember how much it meant to me. Well, when I could get any advice at all. Like everywhere I shopped, I would ask them about, well, how do I care for this, that? And like nobody really could answer the questions. And unfortunately, I hear this from people coming to our shop, is that they weren't told, or I thought I could use baby shampoo, or, you know, all kinds of things. So when you come here for a consultation, you're also going to get an education too. I try and convey to you in that hour so much stuff that I learned by ruining something or not figuring it out. And I put my heart and soul into it. So, you know, and other people, when they come here, even the visitors for a consultation, before they leave, they're like, I just love it here. I love this vibe. And that's what I'm striving for. So that makes me happy. And I'm going to point out some of the unique things as we go back. Furnished from a thrift store. I have one of my favorite things to do is like imagine things and they appear. And I have pretty good luck at thrift stores. Over here we have a really cool chair that was from a flea market type place. Can't really see it, but I just loved the vibe. It has high heels. Artist box. Guess who made that? It was me. So the chair isn't like, I don't know if it's sturdy enough to sit in, so we just use it to show more awesome styles. As you go by, I generally have Charlie's Angels or something vintage on the DVD. And what's really cool, you know, it puts people at ease. Sometimes if there's visitors, they sit and watch, they're happy. If they're not really into wigs going on, which, you know, more people than not. But the DVD gets them talking, and one of the episodes on here, it involves a woman that became a killer because she lost her hair. And it was just, I am a huge fan of season 1 Charlie's Angels, and I didn't even realize that till I was sitting here at the shop, and I thought, wow, what a shame. She really didn't need to go that far. And she looked beautiful with and without the hair. You know, it's all a thing. But anyway, try and have fun with it. Oh, certifications. Yeah. I have more certifications on whatever you can imagine that will even fit on this wall. And Chris is certified too. John Renault is the industry standard. Both of us are certified in toppers and alternative hair. Hair You Wear, I went and got a certification from them. I'm also certified in a couple other things that can help you if you have anxiety. One thing I'm very passionate about is tapping, EFT. I plan to put some videos out about how that can help you, especially when you're losing your hair. Stress has a huge, plays a role. And also how you feel about yourself plays a role. So I plan to start putting some effort into doing lessons on that. And also, as far as alternative hair education, our shop is putting together a Very Best Little Hair House Academy that will have some education for people that want to learn wigs or, you know, help people the way that we do, you know, kind of our secrets and what I recommend and formula for success. So going on back, I was going to say kick butt stand, umbrella stand, vintage umbrellas, all the cool stuff. Our new vintage fridge, it actually has a bottle opener, and we have root beer and bottled water for you if you come, although generally we don't even make it that far because people are so excited about the wigs. Popcorn machine. When we started, when we were open general hours, we would have popcorn, and it is amazing popcorn. It is as good as the wigs. If you are coming and you want popcorn, we will throw it together a batch for you. So when we come back here is where the client sits. It takes some measurements, and we start from there. Now, generally what's interesting is that I have found that the first 3 wigs, doesn't matter what they are, almost always you need to go past that. But it is a process of elimination. Once you put a wig on, I'll say, well, what do you like? What do you don't like the color, whatever. Then I start the relay, running back and forth. So generally we have like the significant other or the trusted friend sitting in the spectator seat over there or over here, because I can kind of, once I get on that vibe, my mind starts clicking like a computer, and I'm back and forth because I think we had close to 600 wigs here, and I'll show you the back room and the collection as it is. So, you know, there's a lot of synchronicity and a lot of, you know, the trial and error thing leads me to the next best thing and the next best thing. We also happen to have accessories. One of the things I love is Christine Headwear. If you are a chemo patient, if you have alopecia, if you have a sensitive scalp, or if you shave what hair you have left like I do, one of the things when you wake up in the middle of the night, you need to run to the bathroom, it's cold. These are wonderful. Everything they make, I absolutely love. It is like the finest t-shirt material, and it has this elasticity that like hugs your head. And I definitely, they make every kind of color, and they also do tutorials on YouTube so that you can learn how to tie the scarf ends and stuff like that. So Christine Headwear is also, you know, wonderful, and we are very proud to carry them. Other than
Sunglasses.
oh, sunglasses. Yeah, I have sunglasses that everybody says they love, but then when they try them on, they're like, never mind. But they look good on everybody. I guess it just takes a little bit of, you know, courage to wear them. But anyway, so we do have those. Generally don't make it that far because, back over here, we have the Hourglass because the hour will be up, trust me. And the reason I end it at an hour is because you will have so many choices at that point, it can get overwhelming. However, rest assured, I write everything down as we go along. I keep notes because sometimes second guessing. This way we know what we've tried and didn't. And, also, there's a picture of my buff on the corner there. Color rings everywhere. And I'll tell you why, because we carry so many brands. Color rings they're good to have. However, not every wig comes in every color. So when someone goes to the color ring and finds a color, it might be from a different brand. So as far as color rings, those, you know, people that love them. I find that it's just the way I like to do it is see the actual wig in person.
Hey, tell them about the picture.
Oh, that's Deborah. That is me in my very first wig from the JCPenney catalog. This is so crazy because I guess they tell you you're going to know what you're going to do very early on. And I knew when I was little, I loved me some hair. And my hair never really grew. And then my mother used to make me get pixie haircuts. Sorry, Aunt Joanne, if you're listening. It was very traumatic to me. I used to take towels, bath towels, and run around pretending I had hair. So when the Christmas catalog, you young folks won't know what that is, but back in the pre-internet day, they used to send these books to your house that were about this thick, and you used to have to pick your school clothes and stuff through those. So when I saw this bad girl here, I'm like, give me that. And that look on my face is the look that I still get when you find the right hair. So anyway, I'll take you to a peek in the back room, and we'll wrap this up. Bathroom directly across the hall. I thought of that also. And then there's one down the hall as well. But before I forget, we are on the second floor of the First National Bank building. There is convenient handicapped parking right outside the door where there's also a ramp. So you take that to the elevator and then to the second floor. So we're handicapped accessible too. And that I thought of that from my background in nursing. So many times health conditions go along with hair loss. So that just helps to take that into account. The other thing I want to mention before I forget is when you're calling the shop for a consultation, you don't need to have a diagnosis of alopecia or any medical diagnosis to want to look good in alternative hair. I can't stress that enough. If you are feeling more beautiful on the inside, I can get the outside to match. You truly are beautiful, hair or not. This is one of my biggest things that I'm trying to get across. There is no shame in having hair loss. There is no shame in wanting to look good in alternative hair. And if I can help you do that, it's made me very happy. So back here, more retro stuff because that's like my jam. And we have, I don't know, probably 400 or 500 more wigs in here. And the acoustics are a little bit better back here. But anyway.
Wig boxes.
Oh yeah, wig boxes for when you're going out the door. And I guess that's about it. So if you are interested in a consultation, let me know. If you call, best to call the number and leave a message. If I'm in a consultation, I will call you back. But generally when you call to book the appointment, I have questions myself because I need to know how much time to allow and on what day. And forget what Google says about hours. I do consultations all different times of the day. I just try to limit it to like 2 or 3 that day. So it depends on the day that you request. And, you know, if you call and leave a message, I do call you back at the first opportunity. So other than that, I hope to hear from you. And till next time.